Everybody has his email. Everybody email Phil. Where's the book? Where's the book? We'll do it. All right, so we'll start.
Okay. Okay, so let's go. It's a Webby. It's the Webby is your business card.
Oh, I got it. These kids these days.
That's right.
Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters in Las Vegas Live. I'm your host, Adam Torres, and today we are at the beautiful Bellagio in Las Vegas for CCon 3. Let me tell you, what a day. Lots of great speakers, lots of great interviews, and my next guest is Patty. Patty, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about today, so I want to get into your business, of course. I want to get into your background, but we'll start with CCon 3. What brings you out?
Actually, I came here to see what all the great innovation and stuff you've got going on here. This is my first time.
How'd you learn about it? Like, talk to me.
Bill Walsh.
Oh, Bill Walsh community. We're fans of Bill Walsh on the show. Like, talk to me. Give me a good Bill story. I love a good Bill story. How'd you meet him? We'll start. I don't know.
So it's interesting. So I found Bill Walsh through looking for a Grammy Awards ceremony to attend.
See, always, I told you, there's always a random, like, you never meet Bill Walsh and he's like, a Bill Walsh story, and it's like, well, we met at a, no, it's something.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. So I was in LA looking for a place, and I found him, and then I ended up going to one of his CEO summits, and from there it just grew, and I went to one of his Rainmaker events, and from there I just kept going to his stuff, and he invited me here, and here I am.
Talk about the overall community, because you've done a lot, it sounds like. The Rainmaker, this, like, what keeps you actively engaged and participating in that community? Because for those that don't know about Bill Walsh or his story, great community. I mean, what keeps you involved?
Oh, the networking is amazing. You meet so many fabulous people with him, and you learn so much in that community. It's just an amazing group of people to be around. Yeah.
What a story. And I'm like, okay, so I told you there's always a Bill Walsh story. I'm like,
there
what's
is.
it? Give it to me. All right, so
I met him on a Monday, and he had me in Dallas on a Friday. So yeah, like, you never know where you're going to be with him. He'll call you and he'll be like, "Hey, let's go tomorrow," and you're on a plane.
Oh, I love it, and I feel like possibly not just in his community, but just in general, being able to take action like that's gotta equate into other things you do too, right? Like
yeah,
doing
absolutely. He is so instrumental in getting you in front of people and meeting people that it's great. It's great to be in his community. You're lucky if you're in his circle.
Let's get into your current company. Let's start with the name and what you do.
So my company is Infinium Healthcare, and we do back office services for any healthcare. So physicians, nursing homes, assisted livings. If you're healthcare, we'll do your back office for you. So we allow clinicians to be clinicians, and we take care of the finance side.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I think that especially for people that aren't in that field, they kind of don't know that when you go to medical school, when you come out, it doesn't mean that you know anything about business per se. So
Exactly.
A lot of clinicians they suffer in scaling and or managing, and a lot of times it can take them away from what they're good at, which is medicine. Can you talk about the problem? Let's start there.
Exactly. The thing we find the most is really in their revenue cycle, right? I mean, their financials are their financials, and that's the easier part. But the revenue cycle is probably the biggest part, where it doesn't take very long for them to lose track of where their cash is.
That's in terms of like scaling. So if they're at a certain dollar amount versus whether it's 500 million, whatever the dollar is, now they can't just know what's happening. They have to be able to project. They have to be. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, what I'm talking about is, let's say they're making $1 million in earnings, but they're only collecting 500,000 of it.
So even the collections, the whole cycle.
If you don't have cash flow, a lot of times they think, oh, I'm making a ton of money, but if you don't have the cash to back it up, you're not really making a ton of money. And it's hard for them to translate that, right, to why can't I buy my Ferrari or my whatever it is, right? Because they don't have the cash flow to do it with, and a lot of times they don't understand the difference. So, yeah.
How'd you get into this business? Like, how did you originally see that niche and or problem that you felt you could help solve? Like, where'd that come from?
So I've been in the business over 30 years, and really my co-founder and I, we worked for a lot of big companies, and when our owner of our last company that we worked for sold everything they had, and we ended up honestly without a job, and we were like, what are we going to do? And so we're like, why don't we
You say
help?
sold everything, they exited the...
They exited
okay,
the
I
industry.
understand. Go ahead.
And so we decided that that was probably what we needed to do, is help these independent or small to mid-size firms be able to compete with these big conglomerates, right? Because the big conglomerates are really eating up everybody right now. And so we decided that that was really what we needed to do. We needed to take the skill set we had, the resources we had, and go out and help these smaller firms be able to compete in the big world.
Now, was that your first, like, I guess I'd say adult entrepreneurial venture, or had you done a lot of stuff in the past?
No, that was our first.
That'd be pretty scary, huh?
Yeah.
So you're like, no job or whatever that looked like, a settlement, whatever, but more so important, like now you're like, all right, we can.
Had nothing to lose at that point.
Wow, what was that like?
Yeah, had nothing to lose. Actually, we've done it for so long for somebody else, we knew we could make it happen. So
you just had the confidence that you could.
Just did it, yes.
What about the people around you? Are they like, I feel like you did it for a while, so there's like, did you bootstrap it? Was it like funding? Like how did you?
We bootstrapped it.
Wow.
We funded it all ourselves. We had a lot of great mentors along the way, and really we had a lot of people that followed us in our careers, people that had been very loyal to us along the way, so we brought them with us. We felt like they had been loyal to us for so many years, and so we wanted to be loyal back to them. And so we're like, we don't know if we can promise you, great benefits or great, but we're going to help you and be loyal back to you for as long as we can, and they all came with us.
So now you have this, and roughly how long has you been in business?
We've been in business about 3.5 years now.
3.5 years now. So what was that like, as you always going to be learning? Like you go in, you're like, we can do this, you know this, you have conviction, but now you're multiple years in. What's that like? Like how's the transition, how's the growth been?
It's been amazing. One of the things that we learned right off the bat was all of our business has been referral, word of mouth. And now that we really want to grow and scale, we've learned that we really need to do marketing. And honestly, that's how we met Bill. We learned that we really don't know how to market.
Well, that's a very specific challenge, and I feel like a lot of businesses, especially if somebody's really highly good at whatever they do, once they start with that first level of business, or they maybe get some referrals, but then they realize it's kind of hard to grow a business sustainably with just referrals, unless some people have been able to do it, not everybody, but in general, marketing is needed.
We have been very blessed that it has worked out for us. But to continue growing at the scale that we want to, we're going to have to get out there, and we're going to have to do things like this, which is not my forte. And so, I'm
talking to people, having conversations. I think you're pretty good at it. I don't know, Patty.
But I'm getting out of my comfort zone, and I'm doing it. So here we are.
So what's next? Talk to me about plans for, you said the vision, like what's happening next, and plans.
Well, we just bought another company in Texas, so we're growing. And we're working with an AI company to start automating some of the very mundane processes, the things that really slow us down in the revenue cycle process. And we're very excited.
Does that excite you, by the way?
It is
like
very
the whole
exciting.
What used to take a certain amount of time can be much faster.
Very exciting, very exciting. We're working with an AI company right now, and we are literally building the model. They have a physician model right now that they've been operating with for a long time. We're helping them build the nursing home scale model right now. It's very exciting to work with them through it.
Where do you see like the low-hanging fruit in implementing AI, whether it's in, I don't want to project, but whether it's processes or I don't know, like where's the low-hanging fruit to where you're like, oh, this is where we're starting with AI because this, and this, like high level.
Yeah, in the revenue cycle process, it's matching up where the payments didn't match, right? So I billed out X amount, but I only got paid this. So there's a difference.
That's quantity, right? So that's a lot of data.
It's a lot of balances, and it's very time consuming to research. Did I get paid right or did I not? And so AI can go through and scan it and tell you your contract said this and this is how you got paid. And so it takes out a lot of man hours of trying to match it up. So it's
not one for one, but when you say man hours, what could it look like? And I know it may not be finished in the process, but what could it look like? What's the dream?
Yeah, so right now it's probably taking 30 to 45 minutes to pull a contract, pull the reports, find the remit. You know, it can take 30 to 45 minutes to pull all that documentation, and we're seeing AI do it now. They can do 30 or 40 accounts in the same amount of time. So
that's a lot.
It is.
Yeah, that's a lot. And that opens up more for productivity, for like just the chain of command of what's possible after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Patty, so we're recording this, July 7th of 2026. We'll blink, we're gonna be in 2027. Watch, we're already gonna be in the holidays. I already know my holidays. So what's next? I mean, what's next for you? What's next for the company?
Hopefully we just continue growing and we get our AI up and running, and that's it. We just want to keep moving and keep helping providers.
Amazing. Last thing I want you to do, look into the camera. How can people follow up? How can they learn more? How can they connect?
You can find us on LinkedIn, or you can find us on our website, infiniumhc.com.
Fantastic. And for everybody watching at home, just so you know, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes so that you can just click on the links and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters or Las Vegas Live, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. You heard me correct. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So hit that subscribe or follow button. And Patty, been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much.